Today I have the pleasure to hear here with me Mr. Peter Pantoliano. He is a candidate for East Ward Council. Mr. Peter, how are you today?
I'm fantastic, thank you. And yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. So, Mr. Peter, how did you start your political career?
It was, what I did was, by being involved in the community for so long, for nearly 30 years, I started to realize that how important politics was and how important it was to step up to the plate. And then as I started to learn more about it, I realized that the gentleman that we have representing us is not representing us in a very in a good way. We can do a lot better, and because of that, I got deeply involved, and it became a passion of mine. But I've been in the service industry my whole life. 30 years here in the community, and living here for almost 12 years. I'm in the service business, so I understand what it is to help people. And I made it my career, and I figured that's what I saw lacking, and one of the things lacking in my opponent. So I said, let me get involved in this because it's in my heart to help people.
And we know that here in the area we have lots of Brazilian, lots of Portuguese. In one election like this, it's very important. It will affect like everybody. So what can you say about this?
I'm glad you asked that too, because a lot of people don't realize, especially the Brazilian community, are not aware that of all the services that are available to them and the benefits that City Hall has to offer. And unfortunately, our councilman tends to favor, and for lack of a better choice of words, he's not fair to the entire community. He focuses his attention on a small group of people from his hometown, and he neglects people from other cultures. In fact, my personal opinion is that he looks down on people from other cultures, especially the Brazilian community. And the Brazilian community, as it's growing and as it's becoming stronger, needs a representative that's friendly towards them. I've been adopted by the Portuguese community as well as the Brazilian community, and I tell you, they're two wonderful cultures that I'm proud to be a part of. Portuguese people and the Brazilian people, warm. Again, the people themselves, Portuguese people, are fantastic. I owe my career to them. It's a great bunch of hard-working European people. Unfortunately, our representative happens to be a very narrow-minded person. But I'm a great transitional person to be in this position because I don't plan on being a career politician. I plan on staying there for a short period, helping the people, and moving on. I don't think that it's proper for anybody to be in that position too long because you tend to become stale. And because of my relationship with the Brazilian community, as they are growing, I believe, the perfect candidate for the transitional future, so that maybe we can have a Brazilian representative here. I don't care if the person who's representing us is from any culture or any nationality, as long as the person is qualified.
And Peter, Mr. Peter, what do you think that it's most important at this moment? What is going to be your first step as a councilman here?
My first step as a councilman. Well, he's leaving me plenty to do. I can tell you, there's a lot of deficiencies and a lot of stuff has been neglected. Police on the street. I believe the community has to be, the word community in itself is self-explanatory, that commune, so that people come together. And people are afraid to do that on the streets nowadays because we don't have the proper policing. So for safety, which helps our children be able to come out and play in the streets so that we have a vibrant community and a safe community. And all these things are intertwined. One thing affects the other. If you get the police, then you get the recreation for the children. Our taxes, unfortunately, are extremely high. It's going to be a miracle if I can get them reduced. I do have a plan, though, to implement a senior citizen discount for homeowners, so that our seniors, who were the rock of the community, have a bit of a break, because as I'm walking around with my partner Lena and I, when we walk around, we see people losing their homes, older people eating cat food because they can't afford their taxes. So seniors are very important to me, and hopefully I can work out something with the city. It's one of my projects to give the seniors a break on their taxes. And then you have the roads. The roads are, full of potholes. It's an embarrassment for the community. Our schools are falling apart. They present a very poor and an uncomfortable working environment. And that's because our councilman has not been paying attention to the details that are very serious to building a good community. For instance, if we had our police chief back, we have one of the most qualified and one of the most accommodated police chiefs probably in the state. I don't know anybody better than Anthony Campos. The man is a career police officer, best qualified for the job, and because of political reasons, we lost Captain Campos. That's one of my missions to bring him back to chief. One of the missions that I have is also to see if I can work hard to get him reinstated, because I know that if we had Chief Campos here on the streets and running things, this city would be in a heck of a better place. Safety brings a community together, and then from there it all falls into place. The potholes on the streets are a disgrace. There are so many issues to attack. And like I said, my opponent, if God grants me the wish to be able to serve the people of the East Ward on Tuesday, my opponent will have left me a lot of work to do. But I'm ready and I'm up for the job, and I have good partners and like Lino and other people around me who are up for the job, and we will make a difference in the community. I can assure you.
No, that's good to know.